Around 2 months ago, I made the Fable. I took the best parts of the design and made it even better. The Fable V2 has a better shooting floor, more mobility, an improved compound, and an improved roof while still having 5 bunkers to secure all your loot. Let's get to the tour. This is a build tutorial for the Fable V2. First, you start off with your 1x2. You could do it from the inside or the outside. This will be twigs so you can destroy it with the melee. You could place your TC, and if you want to get your boxes on right early on, keep this frame twig. Do not upgrade it to stone. Place your boxes exactly how I am. You're gonna upgrade this frame and then use your garage door, place it there. Place your bags like this. If they don't place, you probably have to upgrade this to sheet. You place your tier 2 where I'm standing and the 3 furnaces along this wall. Place your shingle door on. From here, I'll turn on from here I'll turn on the symmetry, and you could place your airlock. On this side, it's supposed to be a wall, but just I'm gonna have symmetry on to make it easier. Because after you place this, you're gonna do your bunker. So this is right. That's how it should look on each side. And I'm going to do a bunker, and I will do it on this side as well. So just copy what I'm doing on the TC side, or on the door side, exactly on this side. First I'll do the honeycomb real quick. And your bunker now. So you place triangle, square out, and then you can do 9 or 11 triangles out, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're used to. When you place this triangle, you want to make sure you're looking in the bottom left corner over here. And when you pull out your hammer, you want to make sure the blue particles are flowing to the left. Or you could check the stone texture and make sure it's in this corner. Delete all this and keep your foundation right there. You could build out 9 triangles again. Delete all this twig. And you come back with squares, and on the last square, make sure it's connected to the one you're standing on. The blue particles should be flowing towards you. And then you can place your 2 half walls and place this triangle. Upgrade all that, destroy all the twig, and your bunker should be working. If you do the exact same thing on this side, it will work too. And you should get a shelf in here before you place that. You could seal this up for now, so no one, I mean, they could tell if they are a builder, but no one will really notice that. Keep it unsealed on this side. And before you do anything else, you want to make sure you build this part. Connect this with that. From here, you can build your second floor. Do frame on each side. Do not do frames on these 2 sides, right here and right here. Don't do that. When you're building your jump up here, usually you just have that like that for now, but then you rotate it later when you upgrade it. Now make sure you place the floor frame. Or first you do your half wall and then you jump up. Make sure you place your frame like this. I opted to remove the bunker on this on these jump ups in this part of the base, and I'll show you why later. But when you're placing this wall on the middle where the bunker is, you make sure you place it from the outside. And when you're placing last in the Fable V1, I placed it connecting to the bunker, so you can have this bunker. Sometimes you have to place this wall from down below for it to work, but sometimes it also just works if you just do it like that. But if this bunker doesn't work, or yeah, if this doesn't work, then you have to do it from down below. So the reason I do it from this side now is because whenever you splash this with rockets, it will destroy this wall, which is holding up this floor, and it will expose your bunker. So whenever you have your bunker, if you splash this wall, this wall breaks and this triangle will break, exposing your bunker. So yeah, you could if you have this already, you could still place this from down below, by the way. But yeah, you just want to make sure to connect this triangle to your actual main part of the base and not the offset. And the way you could check is if this is like way higher stability, because usually if you do this would be like, if you do it from here, oh, this wall actually placed on the main base again. That's why you need to check it. So if you do it from the bunker, it's 19. If you do it from the main base, it's 55, or it could be different depending, you know, what you how much you built. But you can place your shelf here and your window and rotate that if you still can. So yeah, like I said, this should not be bunkered, so you just want to make sure that this gets attached. Why is this attaching to that? Maybe the safest option would probably just be to place this first, and then you place this. So 70 and 75, so that should be right. Now you can place your half walls for your bunker. Placing it from down below like that right here will work. Make sure that's not soft side, and from here you could have this is the right soft side, by the way. So now you can have your bunker here. So like I said, if this wall gets blown, or if they're splashing these two walls, then this won't get exposed yet, so they'd have to blow this as well. So now you have your two bunkers working. You can place your single frame right there. Make sure that soft side is like that. Place your two windows, your single door, and your jump up to roof. Two half walls here, so you can have your depot boxes. This is what your base should be looking like now. Of course, you place that frame right there. Now it gets started on the freehands, and the freehands, basically, I'm gonna do two-sided plus mirror, and that should do it on 4 sides. Yep. Oh, that's wrong. You place a square from this side. Place a square off this triangle, and then I'll do it one more time. Place square off this triangle. Two triangles out, and then you go back with the square. So the square should be like this, and the wall out. Turn the crosshair for this, and so basically you just want to trace the bottom and get to the middle. Trace the bottom of this like thatch thing. So to test if this is right, you just want to place this, and if you can place this, then it's right. If you can't, then you got it wrong. So I got it wrong that time. And I've done this a bunch of times, but this is like one of the hardest freehands I've ever done. You get it wrong, even if you've done it 1,000 times. So I got it right that time. So now since I have symmetry on it, it's on all sides. Obviously you'll have to do all 4 sides yourself, and it can be frustrating sometimes, but you'll eventually get it, trust me. So to connect this to your base for now, what you can do is you can just have this, but you do not want to have this you want to keep this twig. Keep that twig. You do not want to upgrade this. If you do, this will mess up the entire base, because you cannot southside that. You can only blow it. So this is what you have until you do your multi-TCs, and now you would want to do your multi-TCs. I'm going to turn this just back to 2-sided now. And you want to build it like this, get this triangle frame, or triangle foundation, and then build out 7 squares. Cap it off with a triangle foundation, and go back with triangles. So this is what it should be looking like. Of course, you'll have to destroy this, like I said. And you'll want to make sure you do it like, destroy this on this other side. So this is your battery, and this is, you can have a window here if you want, but I don't recommend it, just because you'll see, if you want to have it, you can. Actually, yeah, that wasn't shown on the base tour, but I think you should probably have 2 windows on each side. But if you place a locker here like I showed, then they'll be able to see it, obviously. So you place this other shingle door, you have your battery in there. Go up here, you can build your multi-TC bunkers. You do not put that there. And the reason I built the foundation like this, usually you'd have 1 foundation. Like usually it would be, you have this and then like a space there, and then 2 foundations right there and right there. But since you do not need anything right here like you would usually, because I place this for the peak up, for the retake. So you use this to retake your shooting floor or your roof, depending on what stage you're on. Maybe you built all this before you built the roof part. So the reason you can have this on here, and also this, is because there's a space right here. So you could place that if you want, with your electric furnaces right there. So it kind of makes them probably harder to reach, but like I showed in the tour, they're pretty much impossible. Like you cannot reach these unless you place them wrong. So if you have auto electric furnaces, the only thing they could do is really just shoot them. So your bunker, oh, of course, you need to, before you place, oh yeah, no, you cannot have that. I forgot, that's why I did not do that. For your bunker, you place this, and then place that roof. So now you can unseal this. For your vending machines, just grab them. And how I place these is I just get this one as close as possible. And this one, you have to do it behind it and face it this way. That way, if this, so you upgrade this HQM and then everything else is sheet. So this way, if this gets blown, they can't loot this no matter what. To loot this, basically they have to blow this. And also this does not work if you can drop down and loot that, but if you have this frame like you should, they will not be able to drop down and loot it. I don't know why it's not rotating, but yeah. You can place your thing back if you're testing that. Also, of course, make sure you have that wall there. Alright. So now for the shooting floor. The reason I opted to have boxes down here is because there's nothing else you can really do except for have boxes. Also, one thing I forgot is instead of a half wall, you place a window right there. So if you're, roof camping or doing whatever you do on your shooting floor when you're not getting raided, or if you just need to depot something before you go out of your base, you just put it in that box and you can, get out of your base, whatever. You don't keep anything useful in here because you could loot it through this window, even if you have this on. But if you want, you could just put a strengthened glass window right there when you get off. So here you have your little peek up when you get. You can kind of peek up when you have a large box, but with siren lights, it's much better. I opted to remove the 3 roof thing here because I wanted this peek up, and also I feel like it doesn't provide, when you have those peaks you kind of get beamed as soon as you peek your head over, and I don't think they're in the meta anymore. I think these peaks are much more useful because you can't get shot from, you can focus on people on the ground, you can't get shot from raid base that much, especially if you put a window right there. So, you can kill raiders on the ground pretty easily. Me personally, I like this much better, especially because you can have this peek up. And on these, you want to make sure you have these boxes so you can actually crouch. So this is probably what your base is looking like at this point. And to connect the freehands, you just want to place these frames. So these connect your freehands to your main base. So now we can probably finish the roof. So to finish the roof, you want to build these walls. This is also finishing the compound, sort of, or not finishing, starting it. So you place these half walls on each side, frames, and then you cannot place these when you have these, so you'll have to pick them up. And then you build these windows. And what you might be thinking is this obstructs this peak, but honestly, you don't need to be shooting that high up unless you're shooting at a mini or a raid base. And if you want to shoot at a raid base, you can just go on roof. What I like my shooting floor to be able to do is to kill raiders on the ground. And what this also allows is if raiders are shooting up at you, your head can be, it's harder to hit your head because of this thing right here. So it's just much better. If you have a large box here, it might actually make it even harder to hit your head. But I just prefer a small box because it's cheaper and it's smaller. Of course, you want to make sure you place that right there. And I opted for low walls right here. You could do roofs like this, but it looks really ugly, so I don't do that. Also, having these windows here, even if you think it's a bad thing that you can't shoot up, these are absolutely insane peaks compared to the last peaks that I had on the Fable V1, which you had this here and then you had the windows. I think these are 10 times better for killing raiders. If you like roof camping, then it might be worse for you, but if you roof camp, then find a different base. So it's basically the entire inner part of the base done. Of course, I don't know why it's not there. You could place your vending machines. I have to place this wall from outside sometimes. Sometimes it works from the inside, but usually you have to place from the outside. And you could just place your vending machine, go out here, place it like that, and that's exactly how you do it. You can loot it when you unseal it. And that is basically your roof. You can have these, this right here for mixing tables, or you could do it like that. It doesn't really matter either way because you're not going to be able to jumping. It's different from the Fable. You're not going to be able to jump up from here. Basically, you'll have to have something to jump up like a furnace, or you could jump up from here maybe. Yeah. So let's get started with the compound. So the compound bedrooms are pretty easy. You just place these, your frames, windows, walls on this backside, and then do your peaks into your breaches. So this serves as a little funnel. The reason there's a single door here, also, you're supposed to have a wall here, but it doesn't really matter because you're never going to get back here anyway. But the reason there's a single door frame here is because it's harder to shoot these shotgun traps out because of this frame. If they were, so you have a frame here usually, but it's just much harder to see them. So also you want to make sure you build a half-height shelf. Yeah, because you can put shotgun traps attached to the top of this shelf, or the bottom of it, I mean. Just like that. Ooh. Oh, this is oh damn. I don't know how these foundations got destroyed, but what the hell? I'll just go on with the base. I don't think that affects anything, but yeah. Yeah, don't make sure your foundations don't get destroyed, I guess. I don't know how that happened. For your gatehouses, oh, also, there should be a single door because if you are a rig player like me, you get a lot of armored single doors from, you know, rig. So it's nice to have those single doors on your base. So now you have your gatehouses in on both sides. You can place these frames real quick. These are for your chain link later on. And this basically allows you to do your furnace funnel now, once you get your compound walls down. So to do your compound walls, it's pretty simple. Oh, actually, these are wrong. These are wrong. So these peaks are actually supposed to be like this, and not how I had them before. You don't need that frame. But your furnace, your compound is pretty simple. You just eyeball it. So this looks like it would fit. Kind of barely does, but that gets the job done. But if you want to take more time, you could get it perfect. So now if you have this, place your chain link, you get your furnace down, place your frame over here, place it as high as you can so they can't jump over it, and that's your furnace wall done. So you just do the same exact thing on the other side. Just eyeball it. That fits. So place your furnace from over here. Make it as high as you can again. And you got it. You place your chain link. And that's basically your entire base then, except for your metal barricades and your external TCs. I haven't even showed those. So your metal barricades, usually people do them like this, and of course would be a bit better, but I recently have started doing them placing 3 just to be safe, because grubs are really annoying. This just makes it that much harder for them to get into your compound, because with 2 sometimes there's gaps and you can mess it up really easily. On these sides you just place your barricades, 1 on each side like this, and 1 in the middle. So your external TCs, just build out like this. and destroy that middle foundation so you can do your bunker. And then just go on the side. There's videos on YouTube like this on how to do this by Crow, but it should be pretty simple just watching me. Just go to the side and freehand a foundation, a square foundation, and the stability on your wall should be around 78-79% ish. So got it. So on one side you should have, so whatever side you have the gap on, you do your TC on the side closest to it. So you can't shoot your TC from this gap if there is one, but of course if you place, you know, something like that, there won't be a big gap. But if you upgrade foundations, there might be a gap in the foundations if you do it a little off. To get this a triangle, basically build out like that, like how I did, and then come back. And to unseal this, of course I did this differently in the tour. I did a 4 square one, and it's basically the same thing if you just do 4 squares out, just copy exactly what I did, but this is the exact same thing. So unseal like that, unconnect it like that if you get raided or whatever. Yep, and that's basically your compound. So I'm going to show you how to do these now. These single door peaks that I've recently found from a couple of YouTubers. I don't know the creator of them, but I just think they're really nice because you cannot get in or out of them, and these are really nice for peeking down into your compound and whatever, or out of the breach, and you cannot get shot from raid base, which is a massive plus. So if you're peeking out of here, can't get shot by raid base, and if you put a siren light on these, you can peek over it. So you can peek over it like that if you have a siren light, and of course just follow all the deployable placements that are in the tour. So you know, you place your windows, whatever, your doors. But yeah, that is how you build a Fable. I hope you enjoy this base. If you built a V1, you should definitely try out this. I think this is much better. Yeah, see you in the next video.